I worked as a project manager for a financial institution for about 6 months. I was depressed every single day.
Pole.
No, I'm just trying to say, like, it was just not in me. I tried, but it was just not in me.
What's up, guys, and welcome to Arts in Show. My name is Chepto Ekboyo, and today I am so excited. We have the one and only Blessing Lungaho, who's an actor, a model, and an accountant. Welcome to the show, sir. Thank
you for having me.
I'm a Sunny too official.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Makes me feel old.
Finally, we are getting to do this.
Yes, we are.
So now, give us a small background about your childhood.
Okay, that's the weirdest question I've ever been asked. Because personally, I don't feel like I've grown up at all. I still feel my childlike sense of wonder.
Wow.
Yeah, so how do you mean? Like, what?
Like, where did you grow up? Where did you go to school?
Okay. I think I've blocked up the school. I've blocked the school part of my life. I didn't like going to school. Okay, but yeah, I'm the last of the last. I'm a last born boy.
In a family of?
In a family of 4. Yeah. So my childhood was pretty much just that, being a last born. Yeah.
Did you get the last born privileges?
I didn't know there was one until I was old.
Oh no!
I'm like, I had to call up my mom and tell her this was a scam. You know, I got the raw deal. All other last borns got privileges. Me, I got nothing. Yeah.
When you say you got nothing, what do you mean by that?
I got beat up just as much as everyone else. Yeah.
I think the privileges are more in terms of your parents favoring you and not your siblings. Because I am a middle child and my sister is a last born and she got it rough. All of us. Yeah. She had it very rough. But she's still the favorite.
I'm not the favorite.
You're not the favorite?
I'm the family embarrassment.
Oh, you really got it bad.
Because I come from a very academic family. Most of my siblings are very intellectual. Okay. I think God gave everyone a brain, and then they got to me and it's like, wait, there's no more brain.
No more brain to give. So what were you given?
Talent.
Apart from this talent, what else?
I don't know, because everyone else, I come from a family where everyone else excelled crazy in school.
Okay.
You know.
Like the A's of the class.
No, not just A's, like the A's Gazette. Yeah. Then there's me.
So when you mean when it danda ile mbovu ama when
as in
the C
the
C guy. The D guy. Okay.
Nah, that's a bit too. That's a bit too.
That's too much. So again, you're not that danda.
No, okay. Compared to my family, I am. Yeah.
They were a bit top achievers. As
I come from a family of what 1, 2. Okay, so plus my parents, we're 6.
Yes.
They have like 27 degrees. I didn't contribute. So there's them, then there's kunole msani.
Talking about contributing, you're an accountant. Umesema the whole family has 27 degrees.
That's what my mom keeps saying.
Okay.
I've never really counted, but yeah.
So you for this accountancy, is it a degree or a degree?
Oh yeah, I have 2 of those. Yeah.
Okay, then you're among the 27 accountancy. So what made you switch?
I feel like art is a curse. Like if you have it, if you have the calling to create art, it's not something you can run away from.
Okay.
It'll find you, whether you're 10 or 70. Yeah, I feel like the bug just found me. Like, you're a creative, yes?
Yes.
Do you see yourself ever doing anything else?
No. Because I'll suck at it.
And you'll be miserable.
And Actually, I don't touch other things because I become miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
And then I don't give 100%. I'll give a good 20, 10, or I just ignore it.
I worked as a project manager for a financial institution for about 6 months. I was depressed every single day.
Pole.
And I'm just trying to say, like, it was just not in me. I tried, but it was just not in me. Yeah.
Was there a fight with your parents in that these guys who are pro, go through the right channels, go to school, work hard, get your papers, get that job, and then you reach there and you say, no, I'm taking left.
Yeah. Because my mom is traditional. She's a professor. So she knows life is you go to school, you work hard, then you get a job. You work hard, then you get a wife. You work hard, you know.
It just sounds traumatizing. You work hard.
Yeah, because I remember the first time I was on set for a show, I was super excited. It was a KBC show. I was extremely excited. So she calls and asks, so that new job, so is there an office? I'm like, not really. As in, so do you have a reception? Is there a number I can call and find you? I'm like, no, it's a set. It was like, then
It's a different kind of.
Yeah, then she was
office.
like, that's not a job. Because she didn't know, but it's not like she knew, like, you know, she's grown up in academia. She's a professor at it, so that's what she knows. You know, so if I bring something new, she has to unlearn.
Yeah.
You get? So she has to unlearn years of conditioning that, you know, there's this way to do things.
And also your siblings going through the same straightforward way.
Yeah. So they're like, because this is a tried and tested, you see? Your siblings have done it. What's wrong with you?
Why are you trying to bring the family down?
Why are you trying to embarrass everyone?
You also a commercial model.
Okay, I've been in commercials, yes.
Yes, and you're actually still a commercial model. Is it sustainable in terms of finances and longevity in doing it?
I've done this for 10 years now, so I don't know. Is it?
I think it is. It has worked for 10 years.
It has.
I think by second year you should know if it is.
But the funny thing is the first 5 years were the hardest.
In what way?
The work was few and far between, you know, because before people trust you with their projects, they have to know you. Before people know you, you have to do a bunch of things. You know, it's the whole work and experience thing, you know. I can't hire you until you have experience. And you can't get experience until you get hired.
Yes.
So the first 5 years of especially actors, the first 5 years of any actor's career is just getting your work out there. Getting people to see that you can actually do the work.
Which project will you say it is your biggest break?
My biggest break?
Your biggest breakthrough in terms of acting. A project you did and that brought you to light, and since then it has not been much of a struggle.
I still put on a lot of effort into my characters, and I still go home at the end of the day feeling like, yo, I should have done more. I could have found more. You know, like every character I create, at the end, especially at the end of a project, I always have this extra material. I'm like, yo, I wished I would have used this. I wish I would have given him that. You know, I wish I could have gotten there emotionally. Yeah.
So you review all your roles that you play.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do an autopsy. Yes.
It is not traumatizing.
I'm learning, so I can only learn from what I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you watch yourself? Since most actors I've interviewed here say they don't like watching themselves.
I don't. But then there's this one show I'm on. It's called Zora. I'm actually a fan of the story. Yes.
So you're following other characters apart from you.
Yes.
You want to see where the script goes.
Yeah.
You have quite a body of work. You've done The Yard, Maria, and then Zora, which is currently airing.
Okay.
Which one do you like the most and why, out of all the characters I've named?
It's one I'm doing next.
Okay, which one is that?
It's called Dom. I can't tell you the project because I start filming in a few days. But he's the most unlike blessing I've been on camera. Yeah, because most of the characters I've gotten have some elements of me. So I didn't have to go so far to create. I took this and that from me and started there. But then this guy is so far left field that I have to leave blessing altogether and just become from scratch.
That new character.
Yeah.
I was speaking last week or 2 weeks ago with Maura Bilal.
Okay.
And he told me how he prepares for his character is that, like, let's talk about Uradi. He when he was given the script, was it Uradi? No, 46. When he was given the script, he spoke with the director and he told the director, I think my character is from Kino. And then he went to Kino to survey the area, picked a particular house, a fictional house. This was his house. This is where he grew up. These were the kind of parents. This is the neighborhood. These are the kind of friends. And by the time he was derolling from that character, it was really hard for him because he had become the character.
Okay.
Are you such a method actor? Like, you put so much effort in your characters you're playing.
Okay, so my process is a bit different. It doesn't come from outside; it comes from within.
Okay.
So, I'm not saying that it's wrong to do it the way he does it, or it's
But
better to do
that
the way
works for him.
that works for him. For me, I try and find him inside. I don't find him in wardrobe or in a place or in a car or
Yeah.
I find the person inside. I truly believe like every character I will ever play, I already have.
So like an alter ego.
Yes, as in it's someone that I already have him. I just have to channel inside. So I don't channel into a place he's been or a friend or I find his main emotions.
Okay.
And then I start from personality. Like, have you watched my work?
Yes.
Okay, so in Maria, when I was looking for Major, it was someone who had military training.
Background.
Yes. And he was trying to play a double agent. So I found him in silence. Like the moment when he's quiet is when I perform. That's because that's when the person is in his element.
Yeah.
He is most disciplined then. I'm playing Madiba now in Zora. This is a father of 2 girls who just lost his wife. And he has to raise 2 girls. He has no idea what he's doing and he's in depression. So I find him in pain.
Those are deep places to go.
Yes,
You imagine channeling that pain every time.
So when I find his pain, I know I have his voice. So if I'm doing a scene and I cannot connect to his pain, I know I'm sucking. I know like, I'm not being true to Madiba at this moment. Yes. So I don't find it outside. I find it within.
Okay. So this new role, where are you finding him?
So now, for me to explain that, I have to give you context.
Okay.
So if I asked you to play the former Prime Minister, Raila, you'd give me a version of him, right?
Yes. According to my own understanding and thinking of how
because you know him.
Yeah.
You see him in the news. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing for a fictional character. Yes, so I am seeing the current VP. If I asked you to do a version of that, you'll give me a caricature, yes?
Yes.
So I'm creating someone like him, then becoming him. Yes.
Which actually will bring it out better than imitating something. You'll always give like 40, a good 40. You cannot be him.
Yeah.
Aha.
Okay.
Who is the funniest person on set currently on Zora? And why?
Also, it's a guy called Kasuku. Yeah, he's a stand-up comic. He plays a watchman on the show. His name is Ogola. Okay, so he's such a genuinely funny person that even he does not know. So he'll make off-the-cuff comments in the middle of a scene, and I have to break character to laugh all the time. So yeah, Kasuku is definitely the guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kasuku.
Yeah.
What you? A few years back, you went to Rome for a film shoot.
Yes.
And I read you had quite an adventure in Rome.
Okay.
I want you to tell us the story.
Okay, which story are we talking about?
The story about food. There was food and there was some payments to be made.
Tumekuja kujaibisha. Okay, what version of the story do you know? Don't siongeze unnecessary things.
No, this is a clean version.
Okay, tell me the one you know.
The one I know. The one I know is that you were invited by a fellow castmate for lunch, and you thought it's a free lunch since you've invited me for lunch.
Yeah.
But reaching there, you had to pay, but you were broke.
Okay, I wasn't broke.
Okay. That's why I wanted to tell this.
Okay. So there's this thing. I didn't know at the time.
Okay.
That was my first time in Europe. Yes. So I didn't know Europeans have this thing that nikisema twende lunch. It doesn't mean kuja nikubei lunch.
I saw a meaning assume kama wewe, and I would have ordered ridiculous stuff.
Because that's how I know it back home. Like if I tell you like, yo, chep,
Let's go for lunch.
It's
You're paying for lunch.
and if I'm not, I will tell you.
Yes.
So he's like, let's go. So I'm like, yo, my allowance hasn't kicked in. He's like, don't worry. So by don't worry, he meant it's not expensive. I didn't speak European. Yeah. So we get there. I'm like, I'm in Rome. I could as well try stuff out.
Do what the Romans do.
Later. Chafua. Then the bill comes. He says something in Italian. Then another one comes. So the bill came moja.
So he split. He asked.
Akasema kitu in Italian. Akarushiwa, akasukumia. Then he asks me. Total, as in ako serious. Are you okay?
Oh no. So he has disassociated himself from your bill.
Because vile aliona vile nimeshtuka. Akasema, are you okay? Naweza kubump up. I did not talk to that guy for the rest of the movie.
So how much was this approximately, the bill? In euros, I think now.
In Kenyan shillings it was 17 Gs.
Ulikula kweli wewe.
Si kula vitu expensive.
Yeah.
Nilikula vitu sijazoea.
Let's move on from Europe back to Kenya.
Yeah.
Now, I read online you lost your dad.
Yeah.
It's a very sad moment, pole sana.
It's okay.
What was that season for you? And what's the one thing you miss about him?
Losing a parent for anyone isn't easy, you know. And I'm not really good at loss. You know, I don't think it's something I was equipped with growing up.
Okay.
You know, you always have this assumption that the people you love will be in your life forever. You know, so my dad was a very optimistic individual. It didn't matter what situation you're in. Okay, now that I'm old, I realize he was more scared than he showed.
Okay.
But whatever situation you were in, he was always the guy who would say, it'll be okay. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Wow.
Go home, sleep. Tomorrow will be a new day.
Wow. So he was such a positive guy.
All the time. You know, you'd call him and you're like, yo, I don't know where to start. I'm in a lot of trouble. He's like, just talk. You talk for 5 minutes and they're like, niyo tu.
Because he's been there. He's seen worse.
Now that I'm older, I realize like even sometimes even he was scared. But because he was my dad, he couldn't show me.
No, he can't show you.
Yeah.
Like two scared people. How?
Yeah, like I remember when I told him like I don't see myself becoming an auditor. I'm going to quit accounting where I've gotten to. And I'm going to pursue this thing because it makes my soul sing. And he told me, okay. That was it. I expected a lecture. Oh, Nini, do you know how many years you've put into this thing? Do you know
how much money we have put into you?
I was like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I lost him, I had to be that for myself. You know, I had to be when things are really difficult. Mimi najita mkutano nasema it'll be okay. Yeah.
Wow. Which actor would you like to work with and why? Someone you've not acted with.
I have not acted with. It was Mzee Ojwang. I grew up watching him. You know, he's part of the reason I do what I do. Because do you remember Easy Moide, whatever the government used to do?
Yes, public holidays.
Public holidays, yeah. I used to see him with a mic, just that, and a scene partner, and the stadium would go quiet.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how many thousands of people are seated, but this guy with a mic, amenyamazisha, I want to
the
do
whole
that.
30,000, 20, 66,000.
And he was just as flawless as he was on the stadium as I saw him on TV. He was just as composed and I used to see that as a kid and say, I want to do that. I want to be in that situation and be that calm. I was really disappointed I never got to work with him. Extremely. But right now, it's Oliver Litondo.
Oh, very nice. I've interviewed him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I am working towards working with him.
Dope.
Yeah, I'm in a show with him, but then our characters haven't met. But I'm looking forward to the day that
they will meet.
Yeah.
And make sure you get those pictures.
It's going to be
He's
a camera.
A good friend of Sydney Portier.
Oh, yeah.
And I just, when I interviewed him, I keep on remembering because he passed away.
Recently, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So when he just passed away, I remember that same interview I did with him, and he talked very big about Sydney Portier and life in the US and them being friends. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
That guy lost
a great friend. Yeah. Yeah.
You have quite a good physique. How do you maintain it?
Oh, thank you. I just found that out. I have a what?
A good physique.
Can you please repeat for my wife? She normally tells me stupid things.
Baby, I got a good physique.
Sana.
What does it do? What do you do to maintain this?
Coffee with no sugar, period.
So sugar out of your life
and a lot of prayer. Ukisikia nikiomba zile mashikraba pencil sharpener.
Sijui kwa nini nafikiria mweni play hapo, but anyway.
Nini upako wa Yesu?
Hey, don't kill me. What's the most significant thing that you have learned about yourself in 2021, last year?
I had this fight. Actually, it wasn't about my personal myself as Blessing, but myself as a filmmaker. You know, so in 2021, I went to join Maria.
Yeah.
And I was a bit conflicted because, you know, being on a hit local show means that there's no more privacy
at all. By the way,
you know, and I'm a very private person. I'm very introverted. So when I joined Maria, like my life became a bit of a goldfish. You know, like
we have put you in a jar.
Everyone wants to see. And in that time, I realized that life is about. I couldn't do what I used to do. I couldn't go hang out with my friends. You know, I can't go to parties or anything.
Why not?
Because in the beginning now I can.
Oh, okay.
But the first time you're a bit scared.
You're trying to figure out.
Like, everyone's judging me, nini. Then you get to a point you're like, okay, let them judge. when you get to that point, you realize life is about the simple things.
Yeah.
Because my idea of fun was going out to places, traveling, nini. After 2021, when everything became judged, I realized life is about just connections with people. Like my relationship with my friends, the quality time I spend with the people who I actually genuinely care about.
You.
Yeah. Regardless of what people think about you, how do you think about yourself, your relationship with yourself and with others?
So the circle became smaller to a few people you can trust.
Yeah, because when you start concentrating on the relationships you want to grow, you realize you don't have that many. So
you actually did the opposite of what most artists do.
Why?
Because most of them, once you get this big role, people are now recognizing you want to expand and become friends with many.
Yeah.
But you
no, because you appear like the pandemic denied the possibility of meeting with a lot of people. We were doing, what was it called? Social distancing. We couldn't go to church or clubs. You couldn't do events.
Yeah.
So you have to do more intimate gatherings. You have to talk to people in person a lot. And during that time, you discover a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
Especially for, I don't know, have you ever been introverted?
I'm an intro extra.
Okay. So
I like my space.
Yeah.
I like people, but not all the time.
So you're just like a person.
Yeah. I just like to chill, but I like to talk with people and have fun with people, but leave them there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the pandemic and with the show, I got left alone a lot. So I started building a relationship with myself. When you start doing that, you start liking yourself a bit. When you start liking yourself, you start hanging around with people you like. Yeah, you start building those relationships, and you realize there are not very many. There's some people, however much you like your space, you're okay inviting them into. Yeah, and that's what I learned during
the pandemic. What would you say is your greatest achievement?
When I joined the industry, I was told there's no such thing as a working actor.
Actually, yeah.
I was told there is no one who pays their bills by acting.
Yeah.
Now, any actor who joins the industry today, and they're asked, there's no such a thing as a working actor. They can just look at the guy and say, blessing Lungawe. Yeah. Yeah. Dude pays all his bills by acting and he lives a pretty good life. Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's my biggest achievement. I changed
the perception
to myself
of the acting industry.
To myself.
To yourself.
I didn't need to change it to anyone because I was told, actors go without jobs.
So it's sustainable.
Yeah, you go without job for years. I can't remember a single month I wasn't on set for the last, I think, 4 or 5 years.
Wow, that's a blessing.
No, that's not, and I'm not alone. Imagine.
No, but the industry has opened now.
Yeah. I'm not alone. Before that, they were like, show us one person. You're like, Ken Ambani. They're like, no, he works for Poster. Show us another one.
Raymond Ofula.
Like he has months where he's not acting. But now you say blessing.
That guy is on TVs everywhere. Yeah. You've just talked about your wife, and I saw you in an interview. This is last year's interview.
Okay.
And you said you were dating someone officially. So is this the same lady?
Oh yeah,
it's a download the video. But anyway,
who's the special lady?
She's
lady? Called wife. That's where I'm gonna leave it now.
Okay.
Because let me explain this.
You've just said your life is private.
Yeah.
So let's leave wife private.
No, let me explain this. I have an amazing life.
Okay.
An amazing life.
That's nice.
Off camera.
That's nice. That's very nice.
So I'm very fearful of bringing that amazing life into camera. Mm-hmm. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
It might destroy some.
Because I really want to say stuff. You know, I really want to say, yo, man, you know my life. Then I'm like, that's not who I am, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll take off.
Tuache kazi.
Yeah, it'll take away from my art. Yeah.
Let's clear some rumors. Okay. This week, actually not this week, let's just say this month, you've been linked with your castmate, Matubia.
Okay.
They're claiming that you're the father to the baby.
Both in the show and outside in real life?
Yes. Actually, in real life, more. Because they know it's a show. Are you the father?
I think.
You think you're the father?
No, I'm saying, I think that is a question for Jackie Matubia, no?
No, but you're also linked in that story. So, as blessing. Are you the father?
I am watching blogs to know. Niko blogs zote weekly. Pia mi hata kujua. Ha? Kwanza hata hii yako ikitoka. Ndakuja ni watch, niangalie comments. Wamepata. Ni nani? Nimefollow blogs zote.
I saw many throw off na hiyo answer.
Ukweli? Pia mimi nataka kujua.
Pia unataka kujua.
Na najua pale ndajua niko blogs. So niko blogs daily. So
wewe ubaki tu father kwa TV.
Lakini kwa blogs zitaniambia
zitakuambia kama wewe ndio father.
Siku hizi nafuata blogs kama vile watu wanafuataga politics. No blessing wow.
Hey, talk about misconception. What is the biggest people have about you?
That I am I'm a lot like the characters I play on TV. Yeah.
Are you?
No. I actually think I'm a really funny guy in real life.
You are?
I hope so.
No, actually you are, because I've laughed several times.
Because I think I am, but then I do drama. So my characters are very serious in a way.
They're very serious and deep and keep on thinking, you're like, what is wrong with this guy? Or what is happening with this guy?
Yeah. So people see me in real life, they're like, stop doing this, do what we see on TV. So I keep trying to tell them that, okay, so this is me. What you see on TV is those people whose names you know. Like that's Major, that's Madiba, as in Blessing is none of those people. Yes.
Celebrities, as you said, you guys are forced to live into a perfection standard. What's the most challenging about this industry?
Okay, first off, I don't think I'm a celebrity. I'm just a popular actor.
I think you're there.
Celebrity is something totally different. Yeah.
Enlighten me.
Okay, when you think of celebrities, I honestly think about Vera or something like people who show up and you take selfies for Instagram. I'm the kind of
that people show up and ask you for selfies, right?
Yeah, because mine is a bit different. Because if you see me, you're like, I want to go see what that guy's on. You know, I know that guy delivers. Let me go watch his stuff. Yeah. So it's not me. I feel like celebrity is more about your personality. Like for me, it's more about my craft.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like you like Blessing. You like the characters he plays. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. Yeah.
So what's the most challenging about this industry?
So the most challenging thing is, one, nobody tells you in the beginning. You know, when you want to become an actor, you think all it's going to take is talent.
Yeah.
No one tells you, like, no. It's discipline and work ethic. You don't need talent.
You don't need talent?
Zero.
At all?
Discipline and work ethic. Anything can be learned. Anything. What we do is akin to playing guitar or piano. If you practice it every day means Sunday to Sunday, you will get better at it.
And it will work.
It doesn't matter how much talent other people in your peer have. If you work on it every day, very soon, you'll be head and shoulders above most people. But that's not all it takes. That's what you need to put in. Now, our industry is about rejection. So you will be rejected more times in a year than most people are in a lifetime.
It is very painful.
Yes. You will have to struggle with mental health. You will have to struggle with insecurities. You will have to find a balance and a support structure. No one tells you.
Yeah.
So people just see entertainers getting addicted to drugs and alcohol, and you're like, these people are wasting their lives, they're wasting their money, they don't understand the mental acumen it needed to just maneuver through the industry.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I wish I knew more of starting. That it's more mental than it is. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Talking about mental health, we've seen of late the guys are really having it in terms of suicidal rates are high, and mostly entertainers. Of late there's DJ Lithium, and then before that there have been many others. What do you think is the best way to deal with mental health, especially in the acting industry? You being an actor.
Okay, I'm not the authority on mental health, so I'll just say what works for me. First off, realizing that mental health is an issue.
Okay.
Most people deny it. Most people like, that's a white person thing, bless. So for me, realizing like, okay, I need to work on my mental health actively. And what does that look like? Because I did not know. It took me a while for me to realize like all the rejections I go through, audition after audition, job after what, it builds up.
Yeah.
And sometimes you start doubting yourself. That for me led to anxiety. So when I got to anxiety is when I was like, hold up. Okay, what am I actually anxious about?
Yeah.
And we don't have a very, we don't have a structure in our industry. We don't have somewhere I can go and say, hey, I'm an actor dealing with this.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just, first of all, acknowledging that I need to work on my mental health as much as I work on everything else.
Yeah.
So that worked for me. So I actively do that every day. I actively know that, okay, when I get too overwhelmed, I need to chill. Because this will build up to tomorrow, and tomorrow will build up to the next day. Yeah.
Wow. What do you look forward to in 2022?
In 2022, there's a lot of work coming out, Kenyan work. I'm not just, I don't just make Kenyan work, I also watch it. And there's a lot coming out this year. I'm excited to see like people are doing movies, people are doing shows. I'm really looking forward to supporting them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which fictional character will you be excited to meet in real life?
Luanda Magere.
Okay, why Luanda Magere?
I've wanted to play Luanda Magere since I was 5. Yes.
The physique has to be Luanda Magere.
It's not the physique.
Like a stone. Both aspects, I mean.
No, okay, the way the story was told to me was very different from what the story is, but I've stuck with the version I was given.
I was seeing a mythical god.
Okay.
According to the story, that I was told.
I was seeing a love story gone wrong. So I saw... sorry, let me just cancel that. So, when I was told the story of Luanda Magere, to me it was this guy who is in a relationship with someone who doesn't love them. So the person who told it to me made it seem like this person who became the wife, who ended up betraying Luanda Magere, was in love with someone else back home.
So like a love triangle.
Yes. So it felt like Romeo and Juliet. So I created a backstory for this other guy who has to see his girlfriend go become the wife of a warlord and have to wait for the day that my girlfriend can finally come back home. So that's what I saw. Then I realized, okay, it was a warrior story. No,
Yeah, because I was thinking in terms of Thor.
No, man, I was told the other story. That's what even if I ever get to meet him, that's what I would like to talk about. Like, yo,
What really happened?
Yeah.
What went down?
like, you didn't feel like you were kidnapping someone else, right?
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. This was actually cooler than I expected.
Where did you expect Kwanzaa before I sign off?
Gossip blog questions.
No. We have a bit of that, but mostly
Yeah.
we like to know the actor, get to know you thinking
Yeah.
and you
This was fun.
acting and all of that.
This was fun.
So next time, feel safe. Come back.
Sour.
To vlogs. Thank you guys for watching the episode. Please subscribe and I will see you guys next week.